y como prometimos, aquí está el comité del Condado de Santa Cruz de elecciones íntegras, transparentes. Y vamos a comenzar con el licenciado del comité, el señor Alex. Alex, how you doing?
I'm doing all right. How you doing?
I'm good. DW there with you?
Yeah, I'm right here.
All right, gotta shout him out, especially in front of Sergio right here.
Because I leave him out, dude. Dude, I didn't mean to leave you out, bro, I swear.
Oh, my goodness. All right, so you guys had a court date today, early in the morning. Can you go over what happened today?
Well, since we got almost everything else resolved on the second day of court, on the second day of court, about 8 out of 10 issues were resolved, and one record it was established just simply didn't exist. Today we were back going at the final sort of disputed record, which is number 10. And I say the final disputed record because there's also some question as to whether the county is going to fulfill. We argued to the court that it was a public record. The county thinks it wasn't, and so we tried to convince the judge of that. And then, of course, the other issue that was discussed, the disclosure obligations that they accepted when they said they would disclose the rest of the records. So we're still waiting to see. But as of today, the only record at issue was really number 10. So today was fees. So those were the two issues. It was a pretty short court day. It was about an hour and a half.
Okay. I know they put up a battle on number 10, but what was the game plan with the fees there? They don't want to pay you?
No one ever wants to pay us, you know. I mean, we're attorneys. We're at the bottom.
Everybody loves attorneys.
You pay your gas. You know, so.
Hey, Alex, the people out here are asking what's next, man. What's next for the Santa Cruz County Elections Integrity Committee? What do you got on that? Let these people know that we're not going away.
Well, from speaking to you and John and the rest of the plaintiffs, it's clear that the Santa Cruz Election Integrity Committee is a force that's here to stay. It's clear that it's a force that's going to keep working in the county in a positive direction. And what form that takes, you know, at this point in our involvement, we're trying to ascertain. But I think one thing has become very clear in our prosecution of this case, and what the thing that has become so clear to us is that things just ain't right down in Santa Cruz County. And I know we're sort of outsiders, so maybe people who live in that county, who live down in Nogales, have a perspective on that. But from our perspective, you know, the government is not administering things correctly. So it would not surprise me if there are other areas in which the county is quite simply not living up to its legal obligations. The wonderful thing about living in Arizona is that Arizona has one of the best state constitutions of any state in the country. It was written during the Progressive era. It gives the people so much power over the government to snoop into their business, to force them to allow oversight, and the fact that our state constitution is not being honored and respected in the county bothers me, and I think it bothers a lot of other people on the Santa Cruz Election Integrity Committee.
Is there going to be a judgment soon, or did they put a date for that, or?
Well, the judge has taken her as you know, as retired to her chambers to issue a judgment. Only the judge can say when it will be issued. We hope that we've impressed upon the judge that because this concerns an upcoming election, the more expeditious her decision, the better off the cause of transparency will be. And this is not a judge who sits on her rulings. She issues her rulings in a very prompt and timely manner. So it would be surprising to me if this judgment wasn't issued within the next couple of weeks. But the judge can do whatever she wants. It's really up to her. So.
Oh. Well, so it could be either today, it could be tomorrow, it could be anytime she feels that she's ready, right?
Yeah, I would surprise me if it was after the election. It would surprise me if it was not before the election.
Okay. Let's talk about this in Spanish a little bit. Hoy el Comité de Elecciones Transparentes e Íntegras tuvieron otra corte. Fue a las 9 de la mañana. Estamos hablando con el licenciado del comité y él estaba explicando de que fue una corte corta. Aunque el condado estaba de acuerdo de dar la mayoría de los documentos que pidió el comité. Está en disputa todavía el punto número 10. Lo hemos platicado aquí en el noticiero máximo. El punto 10 es algo que pues queremos ver los antecedentes de la computadora, ¿no? Entonces estaban peleando esto en la corte esta mañana. Y pues ya llegó a su conclusión. Ahora la decisión de la jueza es lo que sigue, ¿no? Y lo que está diciendo el licenciado es que la jueza puede hacer su decisión cuando ella cree que ya está lista, ¿no?
Sí, eso tiene razón, licenciado. Incluso hay más cosas que han sido descubiertas mientras estamos en este proceso legal para incluir, y ahorita que dejemos ir al Alex, vamos a hablar un poquito más de esto.
Muy interesante, sí.
Sí, muy interesante que encontramos rastros de poquito de fraude, se puede decir, ¿no?
Pues lo que aparenta ser. Y ahorita vamos a platicar un poco de eso. Si no, antes vamos a terminar aquí con el licenciado. Alex, anything you guys want to add about today's court?
Well, we just of course want to thank the people who showed up for a third day in a row. You know, I mean, we're the attorneys, right? We have to be there, but people took time out of their day to be there, to watch, to make sure that the county was going to be held to the standard of transparency that the law allows. And so those people who took that time out of their lives, and we're all busy, but who actually took the time to be there, we want to thank them from the bottom of our heart, because it means a lot to us to see citizens who are willing to stand up for what is right. That's what inspires our work. So, you know, we appreciate that.
All right. Thank you for that. And you guys heading up back to Phoenix, or are you guys going to enjoy beautiful Santa Cruz County?
We're in Tucson right now, actually. So yeah, we'll be heading back to Phoenix. I owe my girlfriend a date now that this case is over. So I think she's going to take me up on it.
Bring her down to Santa Cruz County. Leave some money over here. Why don't you?
I will.
All right. Thank you so much for your services, and we'll give that message to the public in Spanish.
Okay, talk to you soon.
Quería, licenciado, nomás darle las gracias gratitud a todos los que asistieron a la corte hoy, a todo el grupo de gente y ciudadanos del condado de Santa Cruz que asistieron a las 3 juntas. Ellos como licenciados pues están requeridos de estar ahí, pero vieron mucho apoyo de la gente y la ciudadanía en esto, lo que es el comité que está peleando por los documentos que son públicos, que se les debe de dar a la gente, y pues están pelos la gente de este condado. Les da muchas gracias el licenciado, y pues vamos a ver qué dice la jueza en el punto número 10. Ten por seguro que ya el condado dio el punto 1 a 9, menos el 4 porque el 4 no existía, pero vamos a platicar un poco aquí con Sergio y con John sobre lo que encontraron en los primeros 9 puntos de los documentos. Algo bien interesante. Let's talk about the documents that they did give up and that you guys have looked over. And I was going over them with you guys as well, and something ain't right.
I would say that that's an understatement.
Yeah.
And, because, you know, first off, this is John Brakey, and I want to thank you guys for, you know, it really makes a difference in activism when you have local media that stands up and do what you guys do. And I also want to thank the Nogales International for the articles that they wrote. And yeah, they started a little slow, but they finished up pretty strong. And, you know, getting these records, especially the audit log, you know, there's now a question of perjury, you know, in the case, not so much the case we just finished up, because, you know, that was just a records request. And, but, you know, these documents showed contrary information to what Melinda Meeks testified on the stand that she created. And you know, if she does create these documents, does she create the database for Apache County, Gila County, Greenlee, La Paz, Mojave, and then Santa Cruz? I don't think so.
Es un punto que tenemos que hablar en español, Sergio.
Sí, perfecto. Sí, Lo que está diciendo el señor John Brakey es que en ver todos los datos y la información que procesamos, que nos dio el condado hasta este punto, es que ella cometió un delito.
Vamos a comenzar, para que entienda bien la gente.
Sí,
la
sí,
señora Meeks testificó 2 veces que ella es la que programa las computadoras de elección en el condado de Santa Cruz, ¿correcto?
Así es.
Bajo el juramento de la corte dijo que ella es la que programa.
Sí, y sin
Entonces,
fallar en el juramento, ¿no?
Lo que está diciendo el señor Breaky es que en estos documentos que rindió el condado, están diciendo aquí que también se programaron las mismas computadoras de Apache County, La Paz County, en otros condados.
Seis condados en total.
Entonces, en los documentos que dio el condado de Santa Cruz, que programa la señora Meek,
sí,
se programaron otros 6 condados.
correcto. Entonces, se supone
¿qué está
que
pasando? Una de dos cosas. O 6 condados contrataron a la señora Meek que también les programara las computadoras de ellos.
Sí.
O mintió.
Uno de los dos, y no creo que ella programe 6 condados, pero no.
Maybe the other 6 counties hired her to program it. Maybe she's that good at it. We just don't know about
Maybe
it.
she is a hacker, huh?
Well,
Well, not a hacker,
well,
but
I mean, that she's good at programming.
Yeah,
but that's
a
the
genius.
thing. So there's 6 other counties on this report that she programmed, that she testified twice to, and
that's not all the counties. That Santa Cruz, if you look at it, it's an alpha list. And when Santa Cruz was created on that list, then it was forked out, and you don't see what was after. Because if you think about it, Yuma comes after, okay, Yavapai comes after, and we also know that the person who's doing this program also does ES&S. So basically,
What's ES?
that's a different.
What's ES&S for
ES&S
people?
is another computer company like Diebold is one. Even though it's really not Diebold any longer, they sold to ES&S, and the antitrust people said, no, you can't do that. And then the new company that bought them, well, they're back home in Canada with a company called Dominion. Interesting, huh?
yeah, it's a
But I would say, just to interrupt, is that you can see all of this on, of course, the Facebook page that we've established for Santa Cruz EIC. You type that in your little window up there on your Facebook page and join that page.
Yeah.
And also, you can find this and other stories about election nightmares in a site called www.riggednomore.com. And in fact, if you look on that site, you can go back 10 years with us in our quest looking for this guy that we found here in Santa Cruz County. So thank you, Santa Cruz County.
Do you have the link of the website on the Facebook page?
Yes.
Can we put that on? Because
yes.
When I translated that in Spanish,
exactly.
No sirve.
Yeah, so
Santa Cruz, yes.
Lo que sí puedo decir es que si quieren más información de todo lo que ha encontrado el comité, pueden ingresar a la página de Facebook. Es el Santa Cruz y luego las letras E, I y C. Santa Cruz, E, I y luego la letra C. Darle un like a la página y puedes encontrar más información de todo lo que está aconteciendo. Y también ahí van a tener un link para que vayan al sitio de internet para que aprendan más de lo que está pasando aquí. Lo increíble que hay muchas cosas que se tienen que explicar con esto, porque si dio el testimonio la señora Meek que ella programaba las computadoras del condado y luego los documentos enseñan que la persona que programó el condado de Santa Cruz programó otros condados y quizás más de 6 porque parece que borraron otros documentos, entonces parece que ella no es la que está programando, ¿no? If she's not programming, then who is?
Eso aparenta ser, y te voy a decir que también descubrimos durante nuestra encuesta, ¿no? Que sin embargo dijo que no existían ciertos documentos ni personas que estaban haciendo las boletas y no había contrato con nadie más afuera, y venimos realizando que sí hay un contrato con una entidad. Se llama William, no podemos decir su apellido porque es sensitiva la cosa.
Sí, entonces está especulando. Entonces es un señor que se llama William,
sí,
que quizás tiene una compañía en Maricopa, ¿no?
Correcto. Y parece que no nomás ha estado programando estos 6 condados, pero como tú dijiste, se especula que esa es la persona que sin embargo sí está programando todos estos condados, y que el señor John Breaky lleva más de 10 años tratando de perseguir a la persona que es el
condados,
fantasma, ¿no?
Sí,
que está programando los otros condados. Y de casualidad aquí en Santa Cruz es donde nos vinieron a dar el paradero del contrato, y un poquito de evidencia que sí significa que esta persona existe.
So you've been hunting this guy for a while, and you might had found a good lead. Let's go to the phone lines right here. We have a caller. Máxima.
Buenas tardes.
Buenas tardes.
Mucho y John y Sergio habla Luis Valdés.
Hey, Louis.
Hey.
Los quiero felicitar a todos por el servicio que le han brindado a esta comunidad y los quiero felicitar a todos por el trabajo y el compromiso que han enseñado durante estos meses pasados y el apoyo que ustedes le han enseñado no más a los que se acercaron al señor Breaky y a Sergio, pero en particular a Radio Máxima, porque Radio Máxima ha cambiado fundamentalmente la dinámica de la política del condado de Santa Cruz y de la ciudad de Nogales, y los felicito y les doy las gracias por un servicio muy valuable y muy importante que le han hecho a la comunidad. Entonces, muchísimas gracias por eso. Pero una pregunta que les quisiera hacer, y es, no sé si gente lo ha realizado, si en las últimas 5 elecciones han surgido, más bien dicho, por medio de los pedidos que ha hecho el señor Breaky y el comité de elecciones aquí en el condado de Santa Cruz, ¿quién estaba encargado de esas elecciones? ¿Estaba encargado el señor Lucero, que era el gerente del condado? Y si él sabía de todos los acontecimientos que estaban tomando lugar, ¿por qué no dijo algo él? ¿O por qué no tomó acciones para corregir esos problemas? Y quisiera saber si pudieran comentar sobre esa observación. Muchísimas gracias.
Okay. He was mentioning that, well, first he gave thanks to the committee and then the radio station. He's the former mayor of Nogales. He's saying that in the last 5 elections that you guys have been looking at, the county manager with the supervisor was Mr. Lucero, who's currently running for city office right now. He was aware of these situations and he never reported it.
Wow.
And do you guys have any information on that or would like to comment on something like that?
I think it's too early to go into the rest of the audit logs because of the format they gave them to us. We're still going deep into them. We just know what we have found on the August audit log. We have found 2 serious problems.
This is just August, you guys.
Yeah.
Esto nomás es agosto, la primaria.
It's 175 pages. And what I do is I export them into an Excel sheet, and then I go ahead and use search engines on them, and that way I can go ahead and find certain segments and patterns of how they do things and understand how their process works. And I'd say this, it's a very sloppy process, what they do.
Incluso está diciendo que lo que hicieron es bien, es fácil pues ver los cambios que hicieron, incluso como vimos en la auditoría, nomás de las elecciones primarias que pasaron aquí en agosto.
Nomás iniciando.
Iniciando.
No, en cuanto les dieron los papeles en las primeras páginas, ¡pum! Ahí salió.
Ahí salió que sacaron información.
Y todavía faltan otras 170 páginas.
Eso es lo que estamos diciendo. Incluso hoy en la corte, I mean, there were shenanigans all over the place today at court too, to try and get, para tratar de, invalidate us. They still try to get rid of me. They said I was John Breaky's chauffeur.
No way this guy is going to wind up chauffeuring me around.
I mean, that's pretty
that's not his style.
Pretty racist.
That's pretty racist on the record right there.
Yeah.
Digo que soy el chofer del Breaky, que no debo de tener nada que ver.
Es lo que le dijeron a
aquí.
Sergio en la corte del abogado del condado, que tú eres el chofer. Un poco racista, ¿no? Para ser en corte,
Poquito.
¿no?
But the reality is he's the chair of the EIC. If it wasn't for Sergio bringing me down to Tubac to meet with, I thought, with a bunch of Republicans, which I never found there, but this never would have happened. And so, everything I've done, even on weekends, even though he has little kids, I'm calling him and saying, hey, this is what we got to look at. What do you think of this? And we go back and forth because when you're in an investigation like we are in, I constantly worry about my 3 C's. And my 3 C's are pretty simple: character, capacity, and credibility.
Yeah.
And for 10 years, I've been doing investigations. And when I put something out there, what kind of a character has the capacity to put something out there that's really bogus and destroys credibility? Because that's the only thing I got to sell, is credibility.
Well, you know what? All this is very frustrating, but then you had that little side comment. That's really frustrating.
Very frustrating.
I mean, look, man, you already got your PR that's shredded with the public, and then you're going to add that little side comment in a county that's, 80% Hispanic? Like, really? Really?
And then attacking me because, I'm dyslexic.
You know, I'd like to see a video on that. Maybe I put in a complaint to the attorney general.
ACLU,
to
bro.
Well, also to the county attorney and tell him, hey, you know, what's up with that racist comment, bro? Like, I mean, that's
out of line.
I mean, even the county attorney's Mexican American. Like, really? Really? Like, you're really gonna say that? Like, geez.
We gotta go, James. Let's go.
Because I'm wearing a suit and tie today. I look
You're
like
not
the
supposed to
butler.
wear one.
He looks like Daddy Warbucks.
You're not supposed to wear that, man.
Only when, you only see Mexicans in a suit, bro, 3
Jeez.
times in your life. The funeral, the wedding, and the court. So
No,
you know,
I would like, before this ends, to talk about what is next.
Yeah, what is
that
next?
is very,
Yes.
very important.
let me get it.
Okay.
Chris Ackerley just joined us here for a second. What did you observe today with the comments that guy was making at the court?
Well, I came down just to observe to support and observe the closing arguments, and you know, I'm not an expert by any means on any of the procedures that they were arguing about. But what I found really, really frustrating was the argument by the county that there's anything related to an election other than who you actually voted for that should be secret and that shouldn't be open to public inspection. They were arguing the last point that was in contention in the court today was about what the network settings on the computer apparently that they used to do the voter tabulation, and that needs to be open for inspection. I mean, to make the argument that that's not something that the public needs to verify, I just find very, very troubling, because there's nothing about an election that should be secret.
And like the old saying is, voting is a secret process. Counting is a public process.
Sí, su voto es secreto, pero el conteo del voto debe ser público, ¿no? Desfortunadamente ese comentario medio racista que le hicieron a Sergio es increíble. Estamos hablando en inglés, que quizás debemos poner una queja con el procurador del condado, y él es latino, no sé por qué esta gente. Y luego también estaba platicando Chris Ackerley aquí, candidato para al distrito 2, representante estatal, que él observó lo que estaba pasando y que era ridículo la defensa del condado. ¿Qué es el siguiente paso? Ahora, ¿qué va a pasar? What's the next step for the committee?
The next step is we are filing another records request right away, going for the databases now because of the troubles we have. We also, I put Ms. Meek on notice that please don't make me file a mandamus action next because they refuse to follow the law. And that's what a mandamus act is, meaning that we want our rights under Arizona Revised Statute 16621 to see and watch everything that goes on every time a ballot's being handled. That's what the law reads. Yeah. And they want to keep things totally secret behind closed doors, and we're not going to allow them to do that.
All right. Anything you guys want to add? The show's coming to its end now.
Well, I do know, lo que quiero agregar es, yo sé que la máxima no puede tomar lados durante lo que está pasando ante el condado y la demanda que tenemos, y nomás quiero darle muchas gracias a la máxima. No están en contra ni en favor del movimiento, sino nomás están reportando la información, y me encanta que le abren las líneas al público y que les dejen saber lo que está pasando en sus corrales.
Pues yo creo que todos queremos elecciones transparentes, sea máxima, el periódico, los ciudadanos. Vamos a reportar lo actual, lo que está pasando. Si hay alguien que quiere dar la defensa contra ustedes, son bienvenidos, pero nadie ha surgido. Nadie ha surgido.
No sé por qué. La única defensa o las únicas personas que han venido hacia nosotros dicen, no, pues tienen algo que ganar en cuestiones de dinero, y ya establecimos
pues
que no hay nada.
Tienes que ver que la gente de aquí, pues de tantos años de paranoia, de promesas y de que por amor al pueblo y te voy a pavimentar las calles, y luego que ven que ellos son los que están disfrutando, hay un poco de paranoia con los...
Sí, me imagino, y tienen toda la razón por cuál estar escépticos de lo que estamos haciendo.
Pero bien, sigan el buen trabajo, y cada vez que salga algo nuevo, pues bienvenidos aquí a Maxim. Anytime something else comes up and important days come up, you guys are always welcome on the show.
Sí, y muchas gracias al comité, la gente que formó el comité, sabes, el señor Valdés, el Louis, Rojas, toda la gente que ha ayudado a formar esto, la gente del público, otra vez muchas gracias. Y para más información, Santa Cruz EIC en el Facebook, y ahí tenemos todo lo que está pasando, y involúcrense y ayúdenos a seguir adelante, porque esto es para ustedes.
And by the way, on the Facebook page, you'll find links to our Audit AZ YouTube TV, and we will have all the videos up already for the first 2 days of the trial, and probably I'll have this video up by tomorrow morning. They can see exactly what happened.
Ok, vayan a la página de Face y van a ver todos los links para ingresar a la página de internet, los videos y etcétera. Ok, Santa Cruz EIC. Y Diego, después del show de ayer y el show de hoy, yo creo que le hemos dado muchas razones al público del condado de Santa Cruz que vayan a votar. All right. Después de ayer y ahora, la gente ya debe estar armada y lista, con coraje de ir a votar, ¿no? Voten como quieran. Pero que vayan y no se preocupen si todavía creen que hubo una trampa. Tenemos a Richard Hernández que nos ayuda con un recall. No pasa nada.
No pasa nada.
No pasa nada.
Aquí está escuchando.
Vayan a votar el 4 de noviembre. Inmediatamente con lunch. All right, ya nos vamos, Diego, y gracias a todos por escuchar. Regresamos mañana, si Dios lo permite, y seguimos con la música de Maximus Going Back.